Procyon information from Matrix 2, by Valerian. Alien species, service to self. 1. Some of the various 22 subspecies of greys originally started out as tall blond-hated humanoids in the Lyrae system, but were subject to heavy radiation due to a nuclear exchange over a long period of time, changing their DNA to the point where some of the species became stunted misshapen dwarves. Glandular structures were also affected, including reproductive and digestive organs. 2. The nuclear exchange occurred approximately 10,450 years ago. 3. Digestive tract is useless. Nourishment is ingested by smearing a soupy mixture of biologicals on the epidermis. 4. Food source, bovine cattle parts and human surgically removed by life technology, laser, and distilled into a high-protein broth. 5. These type of greys have been referred to as being the Orion Crusaders or the Markabians. 6. Sources: Rigel, Ursa Major, Draconis, Reticulum. 7. Draconians are reptilian in nature. The elite have winged appendages on their backs. 8. The race is interacting with portions of the United States government. 9. The mass consciousness of the government agencies cooperating with the Rigelians have failed to realize that it is not to the aliens' advantage to give either the Soviets or the United States an advantage in the arms race. These aliens have given the United States technology that is flawed. Much of the technology can only be operated by the Greys. 10. They control governments by picking up likely subjects and implanting them, manipulating their careers and elevating them within the societal structure to positions of power and our position as a leader of public opinion. When a human candidate becomes controlled by reason of inculcation therapy, they often knock the individual out of his head and store the human's consciousness/individuality while an artificially created intelligence is placed in the head of the candidate's body to carry forth covert operations against the human population. 11. Humans implanted as controls are indoctrinated into the belief that they are superior to other humans. The aliens then give the humans technology or help them to obtain weapons for use against each other. All key personnel are implanted and controlled by the alien species. 12. If the elite are successful, they are used as priests and caretakers of the slave planet. If they fail Hitler, then they are betrayed and thrown to the wolves. 13. Attitude toward humans is tolerance towards inferiors. 14. Any consideration of these specific entities permitting an atomic war on Earth is counterproductive. It would destroy their food supply. 15. These aliens have technological superiority but appear to lack in spiritual and social sciences. This is evident in their obvious lack of warmth, emotionality, and respect relative to humans. 16. The first stage of their one-world plan is to use biological warfare to rid the planet of undesirables. The biological warfare is out of control. Decimation of population places the remaining population ultimately under their control. 17. They can sometimes obtain momentary pleasure in terms of mood elevation by tuning in on human wavelengths via telepathically connected radionic devices. They react to intense human emotions such as ecstasy or agony. UFOs in war zones. Nazi versus Jew. 18. They blanket couples for sexual thrills and are drawn to aberrant and sexual deviants. 19. The biological as well as the psychological processes of human emotion and reaction are translated via scalar electromagnetics and directed towards their center of conscious focus in order to elevate mood. 20. The Markabs use sex, pain, drugs and fear as obsessive elements with which to aberrate humans. 21. In order for humans to extricate themselves from the covert sinister alliance between the CIA and Rigel, which has occurred without the knowledge and consent of the mass consciousness, the people must regain control of the government, which is a government for the people and by the people. 22. Tyrants have been defeated many times in this galaxy and others. Whenever one tyrant of one group or species is banished or defeated forever, another suppressive group or species arrives to take their place. What one resists one becomes. 23. One can never gain control over anyone but oneself. 24. Lower fourth density is always subject to tyranny. 25. By coming to a thorough understanding of a hostile entity's ability to wear many faces, it unmasks and loses its ability to adversely influence. Alien species, service to others. 1. There is a species from Procyon that has had a hand in the genetic development of humans and were involved with the initial interbreeding with primitive humans. Thus the sudden emergence of Cro Magnon human. 2. Procyonian basic purpose, the law of one is service to others. They feel that all that is will benefit if man can develop as a true social memory complex, that is, an aligned mass consciousness or integrated biospheric entity. To them, 5 billion beings integrated as one awareness of awareness unit and creation is a natural state. Each separate entity still maintains the individual unique nature, which is the sum total of its integrated experiences. Its basic differentiated identity is a spiritual entity aware of its immortality despite the use of an organic genetic entity, body. 3. Their aim is to help us to help ourselves by bringing humans to their full potential. 4. Failing goal number 3 above, they will reap the smaller harvest of human souls and relocate them for advanced schooling elsewhere or elsewhen in the event of a natural disaster. 5. Humans tend to make savior or Satan figures out of extraterrestrial or extra-density beings. In doing so, they hope to negate responsibility for their misdeeds by appointing scapegoats. It is a self-defeating strategy. Awaiting a savior from the skies is a recipe for disaster. If individuals do their best and work toward peace and unity of purpose, it will contribute towards correction of the imbalance. There are no guarantees. 6. Christ consciousness, fourth density, is inspiring the humans of the third density. It is far more demanding to develop the full spectrum of awareness. It is up to individuals to create their destiny. 7. The Procyonians have the ability to travel within time frames and density levels, as well as in between. Rigelian entities lack this capability. They depend on beamcraft for interstellar travel. Procyonians astrally travel from location to location, perception to perception, as a natural function. 8. The Procyonian craft are constructed in one piece that is fabricated within an energy matrix and solidified as an aware living crystal that is perfectly tuned to the pilot via computer link. The craft itself has a limited awareness level, as would a thought form entity or mock-up. 9. When the beam ship contains 3 or more crew members who are the same density as the craft, then a teleportation sequence is possible. 10. The name of the home planet of the Procyonians translates roughly as those who travel through time. 11. All cultures go through states of higher technological development prior to learning that everything they have accomplished can be achieved by way of pure thought. 12. Humanity as a mass consciousness can create any destiny it chooses to create for itself.